Good evening everyone and welcome to another tournament stream. Today we are streaming the first day of the final stages for the professionals tournament of the spring season. Tournament season. That is quite a mouthful. But it will definitely be fun. We will be starting off with Primo versus Hated, and after that we will stream the upper brackets. And then we know the first one to make it to the grand finals. But before we see those, we still have the matches on Saturday, which is basically the lower bracket. So definitely going to be fun. Let me take you to the garage. Room invite should be up in not too long. And then we will get to see some very fun matches. I'm just going to assume that they will be very fun matches. Last weekend I actually had matches where people drowned themselves, but this is probably going to be a bit more serious than that. Let's have a look actually at the tournament as a whole so that you can see these are the clans that we are left with. We have Rain, we have Pincer, we have Hated, and we have Primo. And basically it's going to be a joy to watch all these clans play. At this stage, this is the pinnacle of gameplay for the NA server, and it's just going to be fun. So room invite will be up within a minute, and so I'm just going to be waiting here for it to arrive. And then we'll go over the maps and all of that. In the meantime, we see my Spaghetti 46 looking absolutely gorgeous. I do love this this tank. It's basically the tank that I've been playing ratings in this season. Though I still need to get a whole lot of streams in order to make it with the ratings challenge and all of that. I've not actually paid attention to that much at all, with all the tournament season streams going on. By the end of this weekend, when I've streamed the last of the tournament streams, which is actually going to be NA, of course, with the grand finals, I've actually streamed 32 streams. Gah. Doesn't really bear thinking about. I basically have no life in the tournament season. I don't mind that, but it does take a lot of time and energy to do this. Especially considering that it is nearly 3 AM. And I'm not exactly a fan of that. But I have the coin stream today, so I will be streaming for at least 2 hours. So as long as you are starting to watch at exactly the time that the tournament starts, I will make sure that you get all the rewards that you can get through the portal. But if you are on NA and you do want to get stream coins for watching this stream, you have to make sure you log in through the portal and that you watch there. You won't get any coins from YouTube. So we'll see what happens. In 3.5 minutes thereabouts, we are going to go to Canal. Canal looks like this, yeah, 4 bases. Base A in the top left corner, then you have B and C close to their respective spawns, and base D in the basically the mat side. Thing is though, we've seen some really epic action. I love this map as a whole because it's one of the less predictable maps and it's one of the bigger maps. But the action that we've seen today and even early in this tournament season on this map has just been absolutely sublime. So this is a map that basically I always love seeing tournament games on because it's always interesting. So that is where we're going to start on. Hated is already completely ready with 2 268s, 2 Sheridans and 3 E5s. A very mobile lineup all around, with some camping capabilities as well with those 268s, but also the Sheridans. We've seen 3 Sheridans today earlier by Raid holding the A side. Legion still won, but that was because of some very epic Legion action and the way that they basically just made the push. And on Primo's side we see a Sheridan, we see 4 IS4s, an FE405 and a Hori even Steven 6 with that. Both lineups definitely interesting to see. Very different also in mobility. But it will be fun. Like I said, I'm always eager to see matches on this map. Mainly for that reason that it's bigger and just less predictable and all of that. Because at some point we get matches on Castilla. I think it's the second map. And that is actually the opposite. Castilla for me is the worst map. Especially for tournaments because it leads to so much stalemate gaming. But I'll explain about that when we get to it. Less than 2 minutes left to go now before we go into this first game of this best of 7. That's also something to remember. This is a best of 7. The upper bracket that we see after this is a best of 9. So for now it is the team that reaches 4 victories first that takes home the ticket to the upper bracket. But no one is being knocked out today, because while we have the upper bracket happening after this, we do not have the lower bracket. That's all happening on Saturday, so it's only on Saturday that people are going to be knocked out. So plenty of time for people to gather their bearings. Even if they lose tonight, they've not lost everything yet. And anything can still happen. Just over a minute left to go before we go into the actual match. And then we see the first proper gameplay. I do have some nice replays lined up for the waiting game in between matches. And then we'll see. At the same time we have Fishy and I think Droodles, I'm not sure because I didn't see a stream link, that are going to be spectating Rain versus Pinsir, so that's also going to be an epic match. And they will be joining me in the upper bracket afterwards. At the same time, I'm just hearing that my stream volumes are perfect, so that's very nice. Thank you, Dwarf. As always, much appreciated. Thing is that with the delay, that's always a bit of an issue, because anything that I need to adjust takes 5 minutes before you actually see or hear it. That's also a reason why I always check, double check that I do not have a map on the stream on OBS, because that has happened as well. But here we go, the countdown clock has begun. And we are going into the first match. Let's go! And let's see what happens. Ooh, Rob is a very interesting avatar. How did you get that? That looks freaking awesome. Haven't seen that. But I do want it. Yoda just entered the chat. Go, Raid, go! Yeah, kind of the wrong server. Let's see. My Spaghetti 46 is going to explode soon. Like literally be obliterated without even getting shot at. There he goes. And we have Premo focusing entirely on the D side despite all the heavy ice force. We have Chipotle going up early, but he doesn't spot player. Base C is being kept. And we have Dawn going into base D. Cora losing a bit of HP here. Chipotle not making a move, but he is firing a blind missile into the ground. Base C has been capped, base D is being ignored. Well, base B is being ignored. Base D has been capped, Dawn needs to not be there. And he needs to not be there fast. He's going to meet quite some opposition here. And he might take a shot from Cora. No, it's actually Reich, and that is it. Dawn so far is a very, very lucky man. And Hated has a point and base advantage, even with Rob now going into base D to cap it. At this stage that is all good. And doesn't really matter because Hated does have the advantage of about 2 tanks now. But Hated will have to be careful because this is Premo we're talking about. Rob and Tantan moving up. Pretty much all of Hated is on this side. And we see player at the back. Ooh, Dawn getting set on fire. Player at the back. Heading towards base B potentially. Let's see if we see some action. No, he's heading towards the back. He's going towards base A instead. Dawn still alive. Just barely. Taco putting back. Hated is basically leaving their E5s there. With Manny at their back. And we see some blind shots happening. Where they expect those 268s to be. Reich has been spotted at the back. Havoc taking a shot there. But they have to be careful. Reich, of course, no stranger to the position that he's in. Rob taking a little bit of damage. Base A now being capped. And Hated will keep their advantage if they do this. And if they stay alive, of course. But with the tanks being where they are, Hated is quite spread out. Havoc and Krypton now losing HP. And we see a missile fly. But it does no damage. Krypton losing more HP. and actually going forwards. Havoc is almost gone. And that is a dangerous thing. Base B is now being stolen. Big hit into Cora there. They have to be very careful though. Krypton has been taken out now. And Havoc is not far behind. There he goes. So now Hayden has 3 bases, but Primo has a 2-gun advantage. Cora has just been taken out. But Taiki is now being absolutely murdered. Chipotle is making a move. Dawn is heading around the back. Rob is not looking too healthy, but with Taiki, oof, that is an instant deletion. Chipotle losing a lot of HP there. And Hayden has to be very careful. The Hori at the back. Manny getting shot at. This is not a position you want to be in. Base B has been stolen back. And Primo still has the advantage. Rob losing some more HP. And there he goes. And now Hayden has the advantage, but it is very close and Manny is not going to be long for this world. There he goes, and immediately the advantage is back for Primo, especially when they start to cap base C. There goes player. Dawn might be able to take out Chipotle. And he does. But he's low HP himself, and he's going to meet a Reich and a 10-10. Reich is just waiting for it. And it's actually the FV Tanner that takes him out. And now we only have Taco, and it started off so well, but Hayden was not careful enough. And Tanner takes him out as well with an excellent shot between the hill and the building. That is a very quick game. Beautiful though. Love the focus from Primo here. Even though Hayden had the advantage. 1 minute and 40 seconds left to go. And then we see the second match. I have a feeling that player is not going to be taking the toaster. There we go. And I'm hoping that they're going to get a 7th player. And let's see. Primo steadily readying up for the second match on Canal. And Hayden kind of need their 7th player. They still have just over a minute left to go, so anything can still happen. And they should have reserves and all of that. There we go. And Primo has now readied up with 1 Sheridan, a Hori, 4 Ice Force and 1 E5. And they're going to go up against 2 Sheridans, 2 268s, 2 E5s and a T22 medium. So again, very different lineups. But those IS4s can absorb quite some shots, as we've seen. And that can be quite dangerous for Hayden. 45 seconds left to go before we go into the second match of this matchup. Nothing has been decided yet. There's no pressure just yet. And like I said, no one is getting knocked out tonight anyway. But the pressure will definitely be building after this matchup. Half a minute left to go. Then we go into the game. Just have to be a little bit more patient. And kind of hoping. Basically, I like this map. This is the kind of action that I like this map for, because we had on one side the cap pressure, and on the other side we had Primo pushing and killing people. And that made the difference. And here we go. And let's see what happens. I really want to know where he got that avatar. It does look fancy. And here we go. Chipotle again heading towards base D. All of Primo turning towards that side again. Though Rob and Cora are moving towards base C. Both of them are spotted. But they take up positions where it will be very hard to decap them. Base D is being taken. A little bit of HE damage. But not much. Oh, big hits into Cora here. Krypton actually blocking a shot. Absorbing the damage as well. Cora taking some hits. But this was very basically gutsy, not so much, but more reckless Again, Krypton taking a hit when he really doesn't need to. We have Prema now pushing on one side, we have Hated pushing on this side. Krypton has lost most of his HP and he is taken out. But he was being very reckless here. Tantan stealing base D. Korra almost gone, but not before Manny is going to be gone. Oh, massive hit in the Taiki there. That is very evil. And now Taiki is facing off against Korra. Still not able to take him out. Rob is going to hit him. He is getting shot at from the other side as well by Even Steven, who has been spotted but is not being shot at because basically Hated has no guns to spare. And with that push by Rob, Korra is saved. And we now have 4 players here boxed in. And basically Pramo is holding a Turkish shoot at this stage. Player has been taken out. Taco to Thick, still alive. They do take out Tantan. MJ Gamer turning around, going to get hit by the Sheridan. There you go. And now we have Taco and Dole left. But they're so far apart they can't really support each other. Chipotle is going to chase after Dawn. Taco is facing off with Stanner. Face hugging a TD is in this case the best choice because he is bouncing on him. And this is basically they're going to be using Premo and he is taken out. And there we go, Dawn is the last one left alive on Hated's side. And he gets taken out by Rob across the distance from base B. Very quick game. In this case, I think it all fell already with Krypton blocking shots from his own teammates, but also getting shot very needlessly by Premo, and then Premo just pushing as soon as Hated pushed on the other side and just wrapping things up. Let's actually see, less than 3 minutes, just over 2.5 minutes. 2-0, and we are moving on to Castilla. Like I said, my least favorite map. There are 3 bases, at least for tournaments that is. There are 3 bases, base A the map base, base B in the middle of the buildings, and base C the heavy base. Basically there's a lot of lines of fire in all of these bases, and the reason that I hate this map is that there's a lot of camping places on both sides of the map, and that leads to a lot of stalemate gaming because people will not want to peek out in order to take the shots because they could get shot at by generally big guns that are on the camping lines because you can't always spot them right away. So that is where we will be going next. Less than a minute left to go. Pramo has now raided up with 1 Sheridan, 3 IS-4s, 2 E100s and an STB. And they're going to go up against 1 E5, 2 Sheridans, 2 6.8s, 2 IS-4s and an STB. STB, of course, one of the most beautiful tanks in the game. It is being changed, I hear. Not quite liking that. Because it is beautiful as it is with the spotting range that it has and all of that. It's a perfect ridgeliner and I love it. It does work very well for maps like this, depending on where you put it. It is not a brawler though, and that is its main weakness. 20 seconds left to go before we go into the 3rd match of this matchup. And then we'll see what happens. Countdown clock now beginning. No real pressure just yet. Anything can still happen, but Premo is definitely in shape today. And here we go. Let's see. And Pramo heading towards the base A side, with the exception of Even Steven, who's heading towards C. And he's going to be meeting some IS-4s in a Sheridan there. Whereas the rest of Hated is heading more towards the middle, with MJ Gamer heading towards base A. Or maybe not. Hated seems to be focusing on the base C side. Player not being spotted there, Even Steven not spotted either. But Taiki has been spotted and they know that they're there. hit into player there. Pramo taking a hit in return. Reich. Cheeky shot by the STB actually from there. And we have Chipotle and Reich moving into base B, playing quite aggressively. And the thing is that if you cap together, it will be difficult for the enemy to actually decap you. Not sure what Taiko was shooting at there. And that's a blind shot followed by that shot. And now base B has been capped. And oof, he takes a hit right back. And Tanner on his own, hated rotating around towards base A. Well, pretty much Pramo doing the same thing. And Tanner using that excellent view range of the STB to see who is where. He just has to be careful because Taco is there as well. Tonton holding base A, Tanner taking a big hit there. But so does Dawn. And player as well. Taco has lost most of his health already. And is now seeking refuge behind the building. Base A now being stolen. Taiki losing a bit of HP at the back. And he is now in a position, especially with Taco not able to get him. Base A is safely capped and Tantan can pull back into safety. Hated now making a move for base C, or maybe not because they're getting shot at the moment that they can close. Primo is dominating this battle left, right and center. Both in the bases, in everything. Taiki losing more HP. They are caught in a horrible position there. Tanner does take a hit, but he's relatively safe up top. Cora warning about move on A. And he is right because there is Krypton and Dawn is at the back to support him. But Krypton, not sure if he's going to go. No, he is going to go into base A. And the moment he spots Danton, he's like, yeah, let's not. And he takes a big hit from Cora, all the same. So base A is still safely protected. We have Tanner, we see a missile flying and it actually hits. That is insane. This is why missiles should not be in the game. But what a shot that was. I'm just so glad that the missiles are being nerfed as strongly as they are in the tanks as well. I don't think we will be seeing many Sheridans next season. You have player taking a forward position, which is generally not an... Oof, Reich taking some damage there, but this is a very forward position to take in a tank that has no armor. Rob taking a shot. And Taiki is almost gone. They are caught in a horrible position there. There he goes. And now Manny. Basically now Hated is pushing every which way. They are going for base B. But at this stage it doesn't really matter. Chipotle is taking out player. Manny and Chipotle are going to face off. Reich is taken out. But we have a juicy STB that is now showing his butt to an E100. And it was the side in the end, but still it did about 1k damage. Taco has been taken out, and we are already at 1k points by Primo. Tanner is taken out, so the game goes on a little bit longer, because for every kill, the game is extended for about 5 seconds. And again, but there we go, and the game is over, and Primo has the 3rd match in the pocket. Let's see. Damage wise it was relatively close, but again Hated is not playing defensively enough. In this case they kind of had to make a move because Primo was dominating all the bases, but those two poor IS4s near base C, they could not do anything. 1.5 minutes left to go before we go into the 4th match of this matchup. And then we have... Now the pressure is definitely on though, actually, because now Primo only has to win 1 more game in order to get to the upper bracket finals. And Hated has to win 4 in a row, and that is very tricky, especially with Primo being in this shape. So let's see, less than a minute left to go. Primo has read it with a Sheridan 2 E5s, 2 IS4s, an STB and an E100. And they're going to go up against 3 E5s, 2 Sheridans, a 268 and 1 IS4. We do see some changes on the other side. 43 seconds left to go. And we'll see what happens then. And this is basically always... I would just wish that people could just like, yes, we're definitely ready, like a button. And then the game would just start. Then we don't have this empty waiting time in between. 19 seconds left to go. Almost time for the 4th and potential final match of this matchup. And here we go. Guys, honestly, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it. Let's see. Here we go. That is actually a brilliant looking camo on the E100. Let's see if Tanner is right. And we have Hated now focusing primarily on base C. But this is something that they have been doing most games. And this is interesting because Tanner called it out. He knew what they were going to do. And they are attempting to get base B. And they might just get away with it. Base C also being kept. The Sheridans in a position where they can quickly move away. Dawn and Taiki already taking damage, but base B is kept by player. Havoc losing some HP. Base C is abandoned, but they do have an early base advantage, point advantage here. If not by much, and they did lose quite a bit of HP for it. Player now capping base C. He has to be careful. You also have to be careful not to be in a position where people expect you to be. Because then you get the blind shots. There you go. There was a blind shot into the bush behind him. And there you go. Now they have 2 bases. And as long as they survive, and that means playing carefully and defensively, they should have this. Tanner at the back there in a position to spot all campers that are not there. Hated spread out quite a bit. With Dawn in the corner. And player right before him. MJ Kamer turning around. Cora wanting a push. Taiki taking in lots of unnecessary hits there. Crossing over. Krypton now taking some damage as well. And we have Cora together with Reich and even Steven. Heading towards Havoc. But not quite pushing into him. Cora wanting to know if everyone is ready. They are pushing. We have Tanner that has been spotted going up. And he takes a big hit. But now he also knows where Dawn is. And we have Premo pushing from all directions. This is actually brilliant to see because they're so spread out. But they're pushing together. Reich taking a hit from Taco. And another one. Havoc getting shot at from the other side by the STB. Base B is being stolen. Tantan is going after Krypton. Havoc is almost gone. And Reich can actually safely take that shot there. And even Steven finishes them off. We have player taking a big hit into even Steven instead of going after one-shot Reich. And is now pushing into Reich. And Reich misses! Oh my god. But there goes Dawn. Cora is just driving casually into base C. Reich has been taken out. But Cora is just troll capping. Tanner losing a lot of HP there. MJ Kamer getting hit by Rob in the end to kill. And there goes Taco. And we now only have player left. Player attempting to run away. But it does to no avail. And with all 3 bases capped and all enemies deleted, Premo takes home this matchup. That push though, that is something that sometimes I wish I could just go back and analyze it. Because the way that Premo pushed here was absolutely freaking brilliant. just the way that you can push like across the whole server. You basically are in a wide circle and then you push that circle in, and it worked beautifully. Absolutely loving it. I just saw Rose say, why does not Wargaming let her sleep and let them to an A-streamer stream? I volunteered for this. It is very late for me and I will be half dead before this is ended, but I do volunteer for all the streams that I do. I could just say that I couldn't do it and I wouldn't have to. To be fair, when I did commit to this, we did not have Fishy or Droodles on the list yet, so it was only Brian and me at the time. And of course Brian quit after that, but still, we wanted to make sure that all the matches got coverage, so we both signed up for both for DNA days basically. And in this case, tomorrow I've actually taken some time off work to be able to do this, because after this weekend I'm going to be absolutely dead and I'm going to be needing lots of sleep. So yeah, let's see if we know what happened in the other matches. I would be very surprised if that was already over though. Rain versus Pincer is going to be an epic matchup as well. So that is still going. So I'm going to be showing you quite some replays because the matches start in 45 minutes thereabouts. So yeah, you're going to have to just survive that alongside with me and we'll see what happens. I'm going to start off by showing you a replay from an Asia player, I believe it is. And he actually submitted this to Darren, but I got permission to show it off on stream from him. From the player, that is. So let's have a look. Destroyer 1B2 in the comments. Actually, I've heard the result. And I'm very curious how this game will go. So let's see. Game has already started. This is tank. I'm actually grinding it right now. And I should probably grind it a bit more with the upcoming light tanks coming. Because I probably want that, but I hate grinding, so I will be like very lazy in it. He is being quite forward here. And going up top here. And then straight on in. Nicely done. I would always go here as well. Not necessarily through that route. That, oof. That was the wrong fixed kit. And he's not going for the base. This is basically the gun depression of the Digger Max doing its work. And now he has to be careful. Because the Digger Max is waiting for him. But with every time that he shoots, that means that our Comet can just go in. That shot derped a little bit. That is not a place to hide. It's not going to work for him. And that, here we go. Cheetah already not looking too healthy. And that is an easy kill to pick up. Now we have the Jagdpanzer going into the middle. Which is probably a good thing because TD can't shoot you if you're behind it, so yeah. And that bounced. And he is turning around. And going down. This is... This is not the way to drive a TD, ladies and gentlemen. Let me put it subtly. And there we go. 4 tanks left. And let's see. Base A is being kept now. With the Smasher over there. That is not a tank you want to get hit by. He has to be careful. He's not aiming at him though. And that makes it easier for our Comet. This Smasher, either he just started to reload when this guy started shooting him. Now he's fired, so now he's pretty much doomed. The rate of fire on the Comet is absolutely lovely. That bounce though. And now he has to be careful, but he's not even looking at him. This Smasher is absolutely clueless. 3 enemies left. He's not focusing on the base, he's all focusing on the damage. He's already near 3k damage into it. And getting stuck against the building, I'm going to say that is ping. AMX. He does take a hit for that. That he didn't really have to, but still. 4 kills so far. Could be a potential res. Maybe. 3.4k. The AMX is being very forwards here. T29 also pushing. There you go. That is number 5. And he isn't even hitting all shots. That's the most amazing. Ooh, that makes it very, very close. 3.9k damage so far. Oh, that is not a res. That is not polite. Now he's fired. A little bit of fire, always helpful. And with that, he kills him off. 6 kills. 4.6k damage into 7. That is nuts. And almost a res, if not for an inattentive teammate. But a very nice game, oh my god. 1523 basic speed, that is not nothing. Only supremacy points for the kills. Some bounce shots, some miss shots. But overall, a very, very nice game. So that is the first replay. I'm going to show you a few more before I check the scores, because I have a feeling that they will still be going. Let's see. I also have a nice replay from Toby. Here we go. In the SU 130 PM Scarface, which is of course in the store right now, 4 crates. Crates are evil. Don't buy them unless you're fully aware of the fact that there's only like a 5% chance that you get the tank and a lot better chance that you get stuff that you don't want. So let's see. Also, like I said, we have the lower bracket for NA on Saturday. So that's going to be fun. And after that we have the grand finals on Sunday. And we have that for all 3 servers. I will be streaming all 3 servers. And the EU is actually streamed only on the official Blitz channel. Oh, that... Number of the beast. That is quite the hit. Especially also is quite the bounce. That is relatively evil. The RU is definitely giving him attention now. And that hit did not pen to make up for the 666. The RU is getting the blip out of there. Potentially. He seems to be stuck there. But it is such a great tank though. And I really love it. I've not gotten it though. I'm refusing to buy crates. Especially if it's not for my 5A. There's only a few tanks that I really love. I do want the SU. But I'm not bothered if I don't get it now. Because if not now, I'll just get it later. And eventually it will make it into the game. For gold or whatever, and then I'll just buy it. Ferdinand there. Ooh, that missed though. Good morning, Ludwig. You're up very, very early. Nice bounce. This tank, it is straw, it is fast, it has a big gun, and that is why I absolutely love it. And this is actually nice because, oof, he does get hit by that. I was just gonna say, he has some cover from the corpse of the AMX. Oof. And now he's losing too much HP too fast, so he has to be more careful. Are you waiting for him? And Toby maneuvering himself away from the corpse. There are you. This could be a very great shot. And he gets it! Meanwhile, the RU gets ammo rack. That's not something you want to happen in a match. That is a juicy bottom, but he can't pen it. There we go. 4747 damage done so far. That is absolutely nuts. There you go. Trick the shots into missing you. That's always a good thing. 5.1k damage. Let's see. And that's another one gone. And now only the KPF, and there he goes. 5.2k damage in tier 8. That is still very impressive, even with the... no, actually that doesn't count here. Never mind. That is a brain derp of 3:30 AM for you. 1413 base XP. That is definitely epic. Only supremacy points are for the 2 kills that you got. So let's see. Now I agree, the comment replay has to be a PC replay, mainly because of the zoom in the sniper mode. There you go, that's the word I was looking for. But I know that Toby, actually not sure, but yeah, with the comments that was PC because you can see it in zoom. Normal sniper mode on touch does not zoom in like that. So let's see, do we have a score yet for the other two? Ooh, we got Rain versus Premo and Pincer versus Hated. Pincer lost to Rain, let's see. 4-1, that is actually a lot less close than I thought it would be. Mainly because Pincer has been in shape this season. But Pincer has the issue that they tend to like play really, really well and then they sort of fold afterwards. So that might be what happened here. Why do we keep hearing the plane noise? There we go, now it's fading. But yeah, in 33 minutes we get to see the next match, and that is Rain versus Primo, and that is kind of what I expect to be in the finals as well. We'll have to see, because anything can still happen. But this is definitely a clash of the titans that we're gonna get. Let's see. Still some time to show you some replays. I'm going to do just that. I actually showed this game on EU early, but I'm proud of it, so I'm going to show it again. And I feel that it's one of those games that people can learn from, which is another reason why I show it. This basically, Souls, for those that don't know, is a top 8 clan on the EU server. And when I spotted them and saw what tanks they were in, I was like, yeah. You can do two things when you meet pro clans, and that is either go head to head with them or focus on getting everyone else out of the way. And in this case, they're both driving fast tanks. They have one fast tank more than my team does, so I want my team to focus on base A. And the thing that made this battle work is the team listening and doing just that. Because otherwise, if the team had gone to base C, we would have lost this game so much. Eggy, why are you still up? It's late. But yeah, I'm really chuffed with this game, because in this case I figured that you see that they're at sea they're capping. And I figured that basically I need to take some risk here. I need to get base B because that is going to help secure the victory here. Because hiding behind the rocks I'm relatively safe aside from their campus, but I'm not spotted. And I'm not likely to be spotted while I cap this early in the game. Toby and the rest of my team are capping base A, which is also helpful. In this case the chieftain is there and I'm like, okay, I can either like go after him, but that would expose me to their campus. Or I could just not, so I decide to cross over, I bounce on him, and then I go around the buildings into cover so that the Mets can't shoot me from their side. The FE crosses up behind, and I want to shoot him, but I can't. So I decide to be a little bit more forwards with the FE on being on that side. The Yege already having been spotted. I shoot the chieftain, and because I'm auto reloader, I shoot him again and I kill him off. Now we see that on the other side the fast tanks are flanking around us, so then you have the choice to either go forwards and push or go back and push. And in this case, with the pro players being behind us, I really want my team to push forwards rather than backwards. Now the Yege there is peeking in a way that I can shoot him, so I do that. And then I cross over because I don't want to be in line of sight from the fast tanks on the other side. The FE is crossing over, not paying attention. I set him on fire. That is always helpful with a little bit of damage. And with 2 shots I do over 1k damage. So now already my team has taken out 3 of theirs. The Jaeger is almost gone. And I basically steal the kill here. The fast tanks are the only ones that are left now from the Reds. And they have the potential to still do massive damage. But we are at 840 points already. And that gives us a great advantage. I bounce a shot there, they take out the FE. And now I decide to go after the SCB because he is the easiest target and I can potentially clip him. So that makes him the right target for me to go to. Even though I might have to take another shot, but he will take out the gun and I have plenty of HP to do just that. So I do that, and that leaves the AV3. So with Toby actually getting in the way like that, I can't really shoot him, and I am moving, so I don't want to stop. So he takes out Toby, but then I take him out. And now only the Sherry is... I actually get damage from Toby's turret there, by the way. So only the Sheridan is left. I decide not to cap, because that will basically mean that I get less damage. I have the not necessarily all reloaded, but enough, and when he gets stuck on the corpse of the grill for a little bit, I can move in. We are 955 points already. I get most of the points for this. I ram him because I have plenty of health anyway, and I'm going to be able to kill him before he kills me. But the question is, will I be able to kill him before we hit the 1k points? And the answer is yes, I can. Nearly 5k damage, which 40-10 isn't like epic, but it is nice. 5 kills, and I was the one to cap base B, so I know that I have plenty of supremacy points. And there we go, it's an ace. I'm really proud of this game, mostly because of the sort of like reverse tactic of just going to defeat the enemy by focusing on anything but the tanks that you actually want to focus on. Because you see, their fast tanks, the Leo, the Sheridan and the STB, all did the top damage in their team. But because we focused on the other 4 players first, even unicorns have an issue with Colabano situations. It will not be easy for them. I did get 630 supremacy points though, so that is definitely going to help. And I always play supremacy. I play supremacy only. I like it a lot better than encounter. It's less predictable, it is more dynamic, and it's easier to manipulate the game just by the basis. To be fair, it does work better in fast tanks than it does in slow tanks. So I have to give people that, but still. But yeah, that is like, absolutely love games like that. But it's also, we had a lot to thank with the team, to be fair, because the team going where we wanted it to go and basically holding as well as they did, that is what won us the game as well. So yeah, I really did like that game. So we still have about 25 minutes left to go before we actually get a match. Oh my god. But like I said, I will stream for at least 2 hours, so I have a little more than an hour to go before I can actually call it quits. But yeah, and let's see what else I have for you. I've got so many replays, honestly, but mostly I'm just I'm trying not to show the same game twice, so I'm actually going to show a little chieftain game. See what happens. And exactly as Krypton said, Hayden made top 4, so give him some credits. There's a lot of teams that did not make top 4. And they won top 4 based on the tiebreaker. And that was actually quite brilliant. So let's see. This is one of the maps. I think we're going to get it next matchup. Pretty sure we do because I've seen it a lot today. And we have Joop in his chieftain. Heading towards this side. Very cheekily getting a shot in there. Not actually played this position much, but I need to remember it. It is fairly open, so you have to be a little bit careful. Base B is being kept. Base A has been kept. Oh, now we know where the campers are. You hear people getting tracked behind. Batchat taking it there. Base B has been capped. Base C is being capped. That's always a difficult thing. So it's even later for Simon, actually. It's 4:44 there. It's 3:45 here. The minute will be the time between my saying it and him actually saying that. And of course you will hear this in 5 minutes, so that will be very confusing for you probably. Chieftain almost gone, there he goes. And 103 pushing very not effectively. This is YOLO. And Joop is actually shooting him in the tracks. That is tricky though. You have to be careful with that with spaced armor. And then you missed that shot because you didn't switch in time. And before he can shoot, he gets shot. Ouch. Poor guy. He has to be careful at the same time. He kind of has to make a move too. He can't shoot that guy. Jäger is making an appearance. And that is a cheeky shot to take. Because that is a very big gun aiming at you. That is making it easier. T57 Heavy is almost gone. He is very worried about the Batchat, but this is what you have the minimap for. Oh, nice bounce. He does get finally shot by the Batchat, but bounces the next one. And there goes the T57 Heavy with the flying turret. He kinda has to make a move though. And he decides to go after the Batchat. Which I think in this case is a very good call. And that is the end of the Batchat. With the high roll for 25 HP. Let's see. Nice one. T95 is going to be dead, but still. And he tracks him. And that might have saved his teammate, but we're not sure. Nope, it does not. Jäger is moving into base B. And this E50 is really not the smartest cookie. Now he's trying to proxy spot the Jäger. Yege actually making it very easy by pushing into him like that. Grill at the back, that misses. He takes a hit for it. The waffle arriving. He bounces that one. And as he caps the base, he can reset that. And now only the grill is left. But for safekeeping, safety reasons, there you go. Base C is now being capped. And that is actually a very big mistake from the grill. That bounce definitely didn't help either. But because with him doing that, it means that he's now shown where he is. And he can't. This is... that is potato work. 6 kills, 5.2k damage. Very nicely done. And Legundo, I just saw that you sent me a replay. I will show it on Saturday, not today. Because I actually have Discord closed to sort of like preserve my laptop CPU a little bit. 6 kills, 1675 basic speed, that is insane. A little bit of supremacy points from capping base speed, the rest just for kills. But what a game that was. So yeah, I do see and hear the comments when I can, because of course when the battle is going, I'm actually focusing on the battle and all of that. But yeah, I do see them, but because there's a 5-minute delay, there's not much use to my responding to them all the time. So keep that in mind. But yeah, Lugundo, thank you so much for the replay. I will definitely show it, just not now, because I don't dare open Discord right now. Let's see, what else have I got for you? Let's see. Oh, you probably didn't see. Oh no, actually I showed that on last weekend, I think. I'm not entirely certain. No, I showed that on Asia. I'm going to show you a replay that is actually very worthy of showing, even though it is not an ace, and now you're going to be wondering why. But look at this. This is Legion, my donut boys from the EU server. And it is actually a very epic replay. And you'll see why soon. They want everyone to go to the train tracks. There used to be a time when typing the @ and then the name would actually literally tag you like it does on Discord. Like, you don't get a notification, but you will see it light up. So now we have Bolt very boldly moving into the base. Wanted to get a shot in there, but there's no one there to shoot. So he keeps his gun aimed at that spot. Has HE. But it actually derps and he doesn't hit anyone. Now we have the E3 moving in. He bounces that shot. But the E3 misses him, so that's all good. And we have a Moiskin being very, very forwards. Because why on earth would you play in any way protectively? And Sighton is shooting him, and as he's focusing on Sighton, Bolt is basically shooting him as well. But this is basically the reason that I wanted to show this off. And I actually got the replay from Sighton as well. I'm not going to show that because I am going to make a video of this. Because this is the kind of replays that I absolutely love showing. Because the teamwork in this game is just so sublime. And I absolutely love that. No idea how that shot panned, but it did. And Sighton is just backing up Bolt so nicely here. And that one bounced. But basically now the E3 is absolutely doomed. And there we go. And they are holding the base together. This is something that I really like, because their team is suddenly being evaporated pretty much. He does not get that shot. And he wants the E1 to go back, but he doesn't. But the thing is that he is troll capping at this point. And that is an interesting... And that shot actually derped before it reached the train. But he is troll capping, and that means that the enemy has to come at him. And it does that with the E1 being YOLO. which is also a funny thing. And then he arrives and he does 49 HE damage. We have the pattern at the back who is not staying around. And we have the Death Star behind there. That is bouncing a shot. But now the E1 is a one shot for our Ollie bolt. And he bounces that shot. And again, he is still troll capping. We have the Death Star at the back. Missing. Another HE shot derped on the ground right before him. We have the pattern moving around the back. But this is kind of like, you see the movements. That is a low HE derp, but it sets him on fire, and that is definitely helpful. Followed by a nice bounce. The FE missing is also very helpful. And he is being very careful. We see the pattern heading around the back, and this is like, he knows that he's going to be there. So Sidon just murders him as the pattern comes around. 80 points here. Thing is, they're both being moved out of their comfort zone now. They have to make a move. And with Ollie having this much HP, derping that shot, it doesn't matter that the grill actually hits him. Because he's still not a one shot unless the IV potentially HEs him in the rear and sets him on fire. But still, that is not likely to happen. The FE is completely focusing on Ollie. He takes very little HE damage there. And Sidon kills him off. And like I said, this is one of those games I absolutely love it. Because it's so nice to just have this this sort of teamwork. Look at this. Look at the damage they did together. They both did nearly 5k damage. One got 4 kills, the other 3. It's just brilliant. I absolutely love it. 1410, 1367 base XP. These are the kind of games I absolutely adore. So we have 50 minutes left before we go into the next matchup. Let's see what else I have for you. I honestly have a lot of replays. Let's see what this one does then. Ooh, Badger Ace. On the same map actually. Basically, I can't promise that I will show it because there's only a very limited amount of streams left that I can show replays. But if you have a replay, join my server, submit it in the spring season replays, and I will see what I can do. So let's see. Human Surf is actually one of my least favorite maps. I like maps that are hilly like Canal, and I like Faust because it has so many differences in height levels. E100 moving at the back there. Waffle taking a spot right before our Badger, which is not really useful. But that is a nice shot to start with. And they both derped that shot. They're still not spotted though. Or at least our Badger is not. But he does take a hit. U100 not in the best of positions there, and that misses. And we know that there's 2 campers behind there now. Because that was not the U100 shooting. We have the Jaeger at the back there. And that bounces, don't ask. Yeah. When you take the time to talk to your teammates, you have to take care that it doesn't put you in harm's way. With, in this case, with the Jaeger there. That is a big hit. With the Jaeger there, that is very likely to happen though. In this case, he got quite lucky for that. Jaeger is taken out. Both teams have lost the gun. The E100 is moving in. And we have the M103 moving in as well. There we go. Conqueror arriving. Badger now just pushing. He can afford to, he has the armor. Taking out the M103. And there we go, AMX has been taken out. It is 5-5. They're getting a bit in each other's way here. E100 making a move. He has run out of APCR. This is something that will never happen to me. Half my loadout at least is Premo. And that is sort of along the lines of I'd rather need it and I'd rather not need it and have it than need it and not have it. And in this case you see how much he's going to struggle with trying to shoot that E100. And now he... Oh my god! Is he shooting HE at an E100? Honestly. And there we go. That shot though. The waffle wants help. The Badger's going to go in. We have a waffle in the middle as well. And that waffle's going to get some attention first, I believe. No, he is going after. Ooh, and that derped because he was tracked. PTA has been taken out though. The waffle either he missed or he bounced. I'm going to go with missed. And in this case he could be shooting HE, but he's not. And he's shooting the ground here. And now he's at a bit of a disadvantage, but he has a teammate that knows what he's doing. And the Conqueror saves his butt. Oh my god, where did that shot go? He has to be careful. He can see the grill. He can shoot him. There you go. We are 984 points. He's going to win. Unless the grill derps. And they both derp that shot and the grill gets to live. But we are already at 1k points. Yes, rewards are giving after the stream ends, so you have to be patient. Because I will stream for about another hour before this stream is over. 1223 basic speed, that is relatively low for an ace in tier 10, but the Badger is not that popular a tank, and for good reason, as you just saw. So, in less than, well, in about 4 minutes now, the room invite will be up, so that means that I'm not going to be showing you another replay. We will be stuck in my garage until then. Someone is asking if I'm a woman. Yes, last I checked I am. So it is 4 AM here currently. We're waiting for the room invite to be up in just a few minutes. And then we will see Premo versus Rain, so that's going to be absolutely epic to see. Clash of the Titans, pretty much. Does it sound like a woman? I'm in it now. Okay. But I am very much surprised at the HE shot at the E100, to be fair. So let's see. We just need to wait a little bit longer before we actually get the room invite. In the meantime, I'm going to open the last common container that I have to get some cooldown poopses. And basically we can just enjoy my pretty looking koi fish, Spaghetti 46. Look at the face though, he is very, very happy. This is actually funny, let's see. You don't see him. He seems quite happy as well. But that guy especially, the one just above the turret line there, is a very happy geezer. Sorry. Choking on my own laughter. That is like fantastic. There we go. Ah, sorry. The conversation ensued. Does it sound like a woman, dude? It does sound like a woman. Then she might be one. You don't see them like that very often. Oh my god. Oh. Thank you for that. Even though it nearly got me choking, but still. But yeah, if you watch through the portal and you are on the NA server and you are logged in, you get coins for watching this stream and you get an avatar or something. But if you are not watching through the portal, you'll get nothing. YouTube does not know who you are in Blitz, only the portal does. Oh, but this is funny. Room invite should be up any moment now. In about a minute. Within a minute at least. And we'll see how that will go. The koi fish actually do look quite pretty on this tank, not gonna lie. I've basically pimped this tank on the EU server on my own account. This is a press account. It definitely needs loading up because it's running low on everything, but still. I honestly, I do love this tank. I've been playing ratings in this tank on the EU server. I've not really had time to do the ratings battle challenge with the actual streams that I need to be doing. But yeah, I decided to focus on the tournaments instead. And we'll see what happens. And here we go, a room invite. And there is Fishy. We're only missing Drudus, who's going to be on the other side then. Fellow streamer, Blitzfish. I posted the link to his stream on my server and in the tournament channel on the big server. Definitely subscribe to me if you haven't already. He is a Rain player himself. He has tournament experience. He knows what he's talking about. So he's definitely worth checking out. So now the teams are there, they are steadily coming in, and let's have a look. Like I said, we are going to Winter Malinovka. I knew I remembered that, right? This is the map that we're going to. You have 3 bases. Base A in the middle of the med zone. You have B and C relatively closer together. If you have to dominate 2 bases, B and C are definitely the easier ones to go. And that's why we generally see quite some super heavy action here. And actually, I need to do something on the stream. Hang on. Basically, Death Machine USA has been spreading quite some toxicity over time, and I do not want him on my stream. So, like I said, this is the map that we're going to go to, and we're going to see what happens there. 3 bases. Anything can happen. I do expect super heavy action. And like I said, they still have plenty of time. Just over 3 minutes to get ready. So basically, no reason just yet. Stretchy Dog is spamming. But yeah, basically if you watch through the portal you get stream coins and you get an avatar, and with the stream coins you can get, I think it's premium time credits and free XP. I've been using them all for free XP. Two and a half minutes left to go. Rainy is now completely ready with 3 IS-4s, 2 T-22 mediums, a Sheridan and E5. And Drudels has not made an appearance just yet. Let's see. Primo is still not readied up, but they still have 2 minutes, so that's plenty of time. This is basically, like I said, this is the boring part, where we just have to wait for everyone to get ready and to actually go into the battle. I'm here for the battles, not for the time in between. But I do understand that the teams needed to decide what to take and where to go with it and all of that. So let's see. Parano almost ready, and there's the super heavies I was talking about in the form of 2 E100s. But Rain not focusing on them at all. Rain of course has their secret weapon mode, not so secret to be fair, because especially since last year he is very well known. And he actually went to Minsk and I met him there, and just the finals for the Twister of last year, the offline event I mean, it was absolutely brilliant. Still the best games I've ever seen, because it was Ufpenjaj basically versus Mo, and them the callers basically duking it out together and trying to figure out what they were, where they were going to go and everything. It was absolutely brilliant to try to see and them try to read each other's minds and succeeding here and there. It was brilliant. So here we go, 51 seconds left. Premo is now completely readied up with his Sheridan 2 E5s, 2 IS4s and 2 E100s. And like I said, nothing... Someone just said, I'm subscribing just because of that choking laugh. Yeah, that is very promising indeed. So let's see, 24 seconds left to go before we go into the match. And it will be interesting because these are two quite some different lineups. And of course, Rangers doesn't have just Mo. All the players of course are like OP. But then you have his Royal Fatness in the Sheridan. And he's just, wow. The guy is utterly amazing. And let's see, here we go into the first match of this best of 9. So the team that reaches 5 victories first is the one that goes through to the grand finals straight away. And the other one is going through to the lower bracket. And let's see. Premo focusing primarily on the base A side by the looks of it, using the speed boost to get to places, and the E100 is heading towards base B. We have his Royal Fatness getting spotted very early. Missiles flying but not hitting. And we have the T-22s in the corner going to meet most of Premo. That could potentially be very dangerous. They have been spotted. Cora taking some damage here. Dragon Creek in the middle, in a potentially tricky position. But we have the E5s at the back going to the T-22s. And Ghost Ranger just lost a ton of HP. The T-22s are being focused on. TJ turning around, wanting to run away, losing more HP for it. And there he goes, Cora taking him out from the middle. Afropanda next in line. We have Rain reacting in the middle. And Afropanda bouncing quite a few shots here. Getting some support by Head of Fate. Cora has been taken out. We have Rob being focused on now. And the rest of Rangers has to survive. Afropanda losing more HP. And there he goes. And let's see what is happening on this side. Rob almost gone. And there he goes. And we have his Royal Fatness now, capping base B. Hated Fate is almost gone. He does have another shot in him, and he takes it before he's murdered by even Steven. And it is 4 versus 5. But it is still Mo versus the rest. And basically, they have 2 bases available to them. They could get the pressure back by capping both of them. But it will be very tricky, and we see a missile flying. And that could have potentially hit there, actually. So now base B has been capped. And Royal Fatness is now moving on to base C to get that as well. And then Rangers has to hold out. It will still be tricky though. Because Primo has such an advantage both in gun. HP wise though, it is actually Rain that has the advantage, oddly enough. But it's that gun that can make all the difference. Tantan holding in the middle. Even Steven, all the guns of Primo are split up between the ramps. And his Royal Fatness heading around the back. Basically everyone is looking in a direction. But you see the lines tightening, slowly but surely. And we see missiles flying both sides. Fatness not getting hit though. And there he fires one back in turn, but it misses. Missiles versus missiles is not always the best thing to do. Pramo moving in, going towards base B. Fadu is there to decap him if needed, but he has to be careful. And there we go. And Pramo is not necessarily making a push. Big hit there, and Fatness survives relatively unharmed, but base B is being kept. And they kind of can't afford to let him do that. But they are. Fadu is not peeking out to decap it. And that makes Rain's situation a lot more difficult. And now Fatness could potentially go towards base A to steal that. Ghost Ranger losing some HP. Dragon Creek as well. Samuel moving in the middle. 840 points for Pramo right now. Fatness moving around. Still alive, but he is going after Ghost Ranger. Especially since he's just fired, but he does take a big hit doing that. He could just ram him potentially. He does not though, he's taking the hit. Pramo is losing a lot of HP. Ghost Ranger is almost gone. There he goes, Samuel is gone as well. Base B is being capped again, 920 points. Chipotle is almost gone, can't be shook. Bouncing that shot. Fadu not looking too healthy either. His Royal Fatness. They need to focus on the tanks. If any one of them is dead, they have a challenge on their hands. And even Steven has the most HP left. Fatness is running off. We are 990 points. Pramo has this game. And that is absolutely brilliant gameplay actually. I do not understand though why they allowed base B to be capped like that. They could have just peeked out and decapped it even with HE. But what a game already. This is just the first. Droodles is nowhere to be seen. It's just Fishy and me. Nobody where he's at. And let's see. Rain now completely ready with 3 IS-4s, 2 T-22 mediums, an E5 and a Sheridan. His Royal Fatness staying in his tank of choice of love. And let's see. Pramo almost completely ready, just over a minute left to go. No idea where Droodles is at. And Pramo is now ready with 3 IS-4s, a Sheridan, an E5 and 2 E100s. So same lineup I believe as last time. So let's see. Lego playing with EG and Rain. That is quite the feat though if you do. But oh my god, I could not imagine having to spend time training and working with both clans. Half a minute left to go, and then we go into the second match of this best of 9. Anything can still happen. As streamer, of course, I'm always hoping for long games and lots of them. But yeah, this is definitely, like I said, I do kind of expect these two to be in the grand finals as well. And here we go, countdown clock has begun. Lego. Just that his name is Ufman Jajan, are you? Yeah, I kinda don't think so. And here we go into the match. And we have Rain, similar to last time, but the T-22s are actually going towards base C. Ghost Ranger is leaving base A behind. His Royal Fatness is waiting at base A. But Ghost Ranger is going across the back, maybe going into base B to cap early. And that could be very interesting. And there we go, Rain in the middle. And basically Premo is capping together, pushing through the middle quite fast. Can't Be Shook is caught off guard and caught alone, losing quite a lot of HP already. Base A is being capped, but at this stage I think Rain will need the gun more. Oh! Mo is getting absolutely murdered here. And basically Premo is catching Rain off guard, and that is a very good call actually by them. Can't Be Shook still alive, but not longer. Base C is almost capped. They will definitely have a base advantage, but they are about to lose Hated Fate as well. Dragon Creek arriving behind center. Chipotle taking some shots as well. Nike heading around to take care of Chipotle. There's a lot of low HP targets, but the guns aren't taken out. There goes Tantan. Fatness has been taken out already as well. Oof, big hit into Nike there, but he does take out Chipotle. Even Steven now facing off against him. Rob is being taken out by Voodoo in Dragon Creek and Hated Fate. But Hated Fate take a big hit there. There goes Afropanda, there goes Hated Fate. And there goes Rob. So now it is 3 versus 4. We're in a similar position. This is basically very nice gaming by Premo, catching them off guard like that. Ghost Ranger arriving, taking a massive hit into Dragon Creek's butt. Voodoo now facing off against multiple guns. Dragon Creek relatively safe, but Voodoo is not going to be there for long. And then it's just Dragon Creek. He rams and hugs Ghost Ranger, shooting him as well. But it's all over for him. He's not going to be able to reload before. And there he goes. And the second match is for Premo as well. And this was quite the slaughter, to be fair. And I think Rain underestimated how hard Premo would push this one. We by now established that Lego is basically playing in the OP clans on every server. So we are now moving on to Alpenstadt. This is the map that we're going to. You have 3 bases. Base B in the middle of the city, C at the outbuildings, and A at the mat side. Overall, we see some super heavy action around base B generally. But for the rest, it's a lot of running around, and the map is generally not predictable, and that's one of the things that I like about it. 1 minute left to go before we go into the match. And we have Premo now completely ready with 2 Sheridans, 2 Ice 4s, 2 E100s, oh 3 Ice 4s, sorry. 2 Sheridans, 3 Ice 4s and 2 E100s. And Drudos is still not here. Not sure where he went. And we have Rain ready in a mouse, 3 Ice 4s, a Sheridan, an E5 and a 268. 40 seconds left to go. And then we will see what happens. Oh, and now TJ is moved in with an STB. STB, it is an I always find it interesting to do. I absolutely love the tank, don't get me wrong. But it's not a brawler, and that, in my opinion, gives it a bit of a disadvantage when it comes to tournament matches like this. Because it will work best in ridge lines and when people are not shooting at it. But because it's an STB, people will want to shoot it. 7 seconds left to go. Here we go into the 3rd match of this best of 9. And let's see. I actually need to look into that. I have the music for several of the maps, and it does sound beautiful. And I want to see if I can use that somehow. And here we go. Premo heading towards the middle, Rain towards the middle and base A, whereas Premo is going towards base C. His Royal Fatness Being a little bit careful before just going right on into the base. The Sheridans from Pramo are taking base B by storm. Dragon Creek is going to be able to reset one of them at least. Oh, big hits. Royal Fatness taking a big hit in turn. And having to cap again. Even Steven losing even more HP there. And base B has been successfully decapped. And base A has been successfully capped. Korra losing a little bit of HP there. They know he's there. Nike in the middle. C is now being capped. But overall, Rain now has about a tank's advantage in points. Even Steven heading around the back to support Korra. His Royal Fatness being careful around at the back at the windmill. Blind shot being taken into a rock rather than the bush being next to it. But no one is there. And Korra is shooting the same bush, and only now Fatness is arriving there. So the instinct is good, the timing not so much. And they are still trying to shoot him, so he has to be careful. But there's no way that he's not seeing this though, because you see the things hitting the ground. And when you're a player of this level... Oh, he does take a big hit there. Rob shooting the rock again. What did that rock ever do to you, Rob? So basically now Fatness has to be a lot more careful. Because they really are expecting him to be there. And Pramo will have to make a move. Rain has the advantage here in points. Can't be shook. Taking a hit there. Or at least not losing any HP over it, but still. And Blind shooting back. And now pulling back, not wanting to be there. Which is a good call. Rain basically digging in. Holding positions. The only one a bit exposed is Fatness here. And he knows it as he's spotted now. TJ is behind him to support him. But overall, it is Pramo that has to make a move. And they need to take out a tank. At least. Just over one of them actually, so 2. Yeah, exactly what Tennis said. They have to make a move. And in this case, they want to... They are still blind shooting the spot that that he's not at. Afro Panda taking a holding position. Basically, they are ready for Pramo to push anywhere. Thing is that Pramo is pushing in a position that there are no tanks that he can shoot at. Ghost Ranger making a move. Nike having been spotted. Korra having been spotted crossing over. They know that they're going to push there. Can't be shook losing HP. Going into the town when there are still so many tanks around. Hated Fate having been spotted. And basically, Pramo wanted to push. And Korra losing quite a bit of HP there. Rob now moving in. Can't be shook is the odd one out. He's the only one that is basically alone. Base B is being stolen. Well, it's being capped actually. Can't be shook is in trouble here. Ghost Ranger losing a ton of HP. Rain is responding. Nike taking a hit. Chipotle facing off against Mo. Rob and Tantan are moving. Ghost Ranger has been taken out. Korra is next in line. He is the preferred target here. We see a missile hitting Tanner there. On his head. Can't be shook is taken out. We are at 895 points. Rain. Ooh, TJ losing so much HP. And almost not surviving. He is still alive, just don't ask how. Tanner being taken out. Korra still alive. But there he goes. He takes out Hated Fate. And now we are at 985 points. And there we go. Pramo has to match. So close, guys. Really so close. People are still dying. Nike taken out as well. But Pramo already has the match. And this was so close. Wow. But also look at the damage. This was literally so close in so many ways. And I think if Mo hadn't been where he was in the mouse in the city, it could have been very different. So now we have Prema almost completely read up. Even Steven potentially taking a Hori. Let's see. I wonder if Mo is going to take the mouse again or choosing to drive something else. But we see a T-57 Heavy arriving in the form of Hated Fate. We have not seen the tank yet. I actually like that it's being chosen. So Rain is ready in a Mouse 3 IS Force, a Sheridan E3 and T-57 Heavy. And they're going to go up against the Hori, 3 IS Force, a Sheridan, an E100 and a Chieftain MK6. Chieftain also a tank that is highly underappreciated. Absolutely love the tank though. And we'll have to see what happens. Pressure is slowly coming. If Prema wins the next match, then they only have to win one more in order to go straight through to the grand finals. Whereas Rain has to win 5 in a row in order to do that. Half a minute left to go before we go into the second match on Alpenstadt. And we'll see what happens then. Like I said, pressure is slowly starting to come on. It's not quite there yet, but with 3-0, that is a score that you do not want against you. And let's see. Here we go. Let's see what the Chieftain does. Let's see what the T-57 Heavy does. And we see that now Premo is focusing on the middle and the A side, whereas Rain is focusing on the C and B side. Basically a reverse of what we saw last, same as we saw last game, but then with different clans in different positions. Rob pre-aiming towards base C. Dragon Creek crossing up and over. Rob has been spotted though. Hated Fate has been too. And he has to be careful. Samuel losing a little bit of HP there. Blind shot into base C. Well, not actually blind, but it doesn't pan. And there we go. Base A and C have been capped both. But there's a tiny point advantage to Rain. But it is really tiny. Can't be shook holding the city. Hated Fate waiting for a moment to use that clip. Let's see. Even Steven at the back. Relocating a bit, wanting to cover multiple reasons. Multiple alleyways of fire, I should say. Tanner moving in. Kampashuk does take a hit there. Base B. Base B has been capped and that is very dangerous. Now we have Hated Fate in the middle. Bit called out. Lines of fire happening every which way. Rob being more or less rushed now. Oof, he is being definitely focused. Hated Fate getting tracked. Tanner losing HP. Rob is almost gone. He does take a big hit into Kampashuk first though. Chipotle losing a lot of life. Rob almost gone still. But still not dead. Kampashuk getting absolutely hammered here. Chipotle almost gone. Kampashuk has been taken out. Base B is being capped. There goes Rob. Chipotle basically Dragon Creek sacrificing himself by standing as he does. Facing so many guns. Tanner facing off against an E3. But bouncing. Even Steven and Samuel and Ghost Ranger moving in along with Cora. Ghost Ranger losing some HP here. Even Steven taking a hit. And the Hori bouncing. Hated Fate ignoring Tanner. Not sure what they're doing here. Even Steven taking a hit there. Almost gone, but not quite. There goes Tanner. He survived for a lot longer than he should have. And we have Nike being taken out. There goes even Steven. TJ in the E3. Facing off against the Chieftain. Taking a hit. But there, oof, there goes TJ. And it is 2 versus 3. With the T-57 Heavy having 2 shots left. And that shot not penning is very vital at this stage. Fatness almost reloaded. And not, oof. That is very dangerous. No, Fatness moving in. Base C has been capped. There goes Hated Fate. His Fatness is being rammed here. He does take out Samuel. But Ghost Ranger is chasing him. And this is... Ooh, he's still alive, but barely. He can't really afford not to be there. And this is going to be a hug. There you go. And Pramo takes it home for the 4th time in a row. So this has been very interesting so far, to be fair. I'm used to a higher level from Rain. This was the first match that I thought that they would actually have it. But then they still didn't, because basically they were shooting different targets. There was no focus fire. They didn't make sure that the target was gone before they moved on. So that's actually depressing, actually. So we're going on to Desert Sands next. This is the map that we're going to. Yeah, 3 bases. Base A in the desert, base B and C in the city-ish side, ruin side, let's put it that way. Base C the most protected, but the positioning around A is a lot better. Overall, we see a lot more action around A than we see around B and C. But the train tracks are definitely always a turning point. And we see a lot of people basically having tanks at the train tracks or going through the middle. So less than a minute left to go. And we see that Pramo is almost completely readied up. Taking a Hori, a Sheridan, 2 E5s, an E100, an IS-4 and a T-22 medium. As soon as even Steven readies up, that is. With 30 seconds left to go, Rain is trying to decide what to do. They don't have that much time left out to ready up. And here we go. We see 4 IS-4s and we see 3 IS-4s, 2 E5s, a T-22 medium and a 268 with only 13 seconds left on the clock. But this is the thing, if Pramo wins this match, then they're through to the grand finals. And Rain will be forced to go into the lower brackets. So let's see what's happening. And here we go. Pramo focusing on the desert side. Rain also heading there. That's going to take them a bit longer to get there. Reich going into the middle. Potentially spot people crossing over. Ghost Ranger is being spotted. As is Cora. We see missiles flying. Oh! Big hits into Ghost Ranger there as they cross over. And all of Rain crosses over. No one is staying at the train tracks. Nike has to be a little bit careful though. He can't really decap the base. But he doesn't really have to. Reich is going alongside the train tracks, arriving at the back there. And Rain is pushing in. But not all together. Tanner is telling people to leave. Because they are YOLOing. Ooh, Dragon Creek getting absolutely murdered here. There goes Ghost Ranger though. He is the first one out. Base B is being capped. Rob now facing 2 Angry Eyes Force. Cora getting shot at. Rob taking a little bit more damage. Base A has been capped. And we see Premo sort of like forming a circle around Rain here. Dragon Creek is almost gone. Fadu losing a ton of HP here. There goes Dragon Creek. Hated Fate losing more HP. Rob still very much alive. Fadu not for all that much longer. And there he goes, Rob taking him out. There goes Cora. Can't be shook, still alive. Rob getting tracked. Hated Fate is taken out. It is 5 versus 4, and this seems to be a landslide victory for Premo unless things magically change. Reich now getting focused on, but not quite. They want to take out Samuel. His Royal Fatness losing some HP. Samuel almost gone, but still alive. There goes Samuel. And we see that. There goes Afro Panda. And there goes Nike. It's 3 versus 2. And Pramo actually anticipated this. Tanner did really well with this. He called it out several times. His Royal Fatness getting focused on. Getting rammed. Even Steven facing off against Can't Be Shook. Fatness is almost gone. And there he goes. And now we only have Mo that is left. Versus 3 guns. And there he goes. And it is a 5-0 landslide victory for Premo. And to be fair, I can honestly say I expected a lot more today. Like, nothing is lost yet. No team is knocked out today. But still, I expected a lot more. So let's see. Just over 3 minutes left. 5-0, honestly, guys. But very well played by Premo. Very nicely anticipated. And that is something that maybe that is what is breaking Rain up. Just the fact that they're becoming apparently more predictable. So that is very interesting and means that we're going to have a very interesting final stage all in all on the NA server. So on Saturday we will have... There we go. On Saturday we will have Pincer versus Hated, and then the winner of that goes up against Rain, and the winner of that goes up against Premo. And that last match is on Sunday. I'm actually going to have a quick look because I know that this is best of 9 now. And the grand finals is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's also best of 9, I think. This is the kind of stuff I don't really pay attention to beforehand. Generally, yes, but the more matches there are, the more fair the gameplay gets. Because it's less and less likely that people get knocked out because of RNG and everything. So basically now we still have about 20 minutes left to go before I can call it a night, before you will have all your prizes, assuming you started to watch at the beginning of the matches. I started streaming a little bit before that, but still I will give you 20 minutes from now until I call it quits. So that means that you're going to be seeing some more replays to just fill up the time. Like I said, I'm not actually... I don't play PC to save my life. You don't want to watch me play PC. So I'm not going to do that to you. So we're going to be focusing on some nice replays. Let's see, what have I got for you? I actually have a... let's see, I have so many replays to be fair. I got an amazing game. It's not an ace, but I'm going to show it anyway. I've not watched it, but I've heard it's amazing. Oh, actually, no, I would. I clicked the wrong one. But this still, I'm going to show this. This is actually, it's a good game. And Fufu was shaking so bad at the end of this. It's worth showing again. So I'm going to do that anyway. Someone is talking about the Yege and Sale. You know you are. I know you are. You're just trolling at this stage. But yeah, Yege has not been chosen this season yet. At least, oh, it has been chosen in the Ascents actually. But not in the Professionals or later. The thing is that the TDs right now aren't really meta. The 268 is because it's mobile. And we have seen a grill, the old one here or there. But still. So, we have Fufu going into the middle here. And we'll see what happens. I know what happens in this case, but yeah. Thing is that not just the camo nerf on the 1A3, to be fair, like Ludwig says. He knows this kind of stuff. He writes a blog. You should definitely check it out because he's going very in-depth in a very relaxed and funny way about tanks and pretty much anything that are coming into the game. So definitely check him out. But yeah, it's the TDs just aren't really current meta. The current meta is the DPM from the mats versus the HP of the heavies. And that is what we have been seeing time and time again. This combined, of course, with the missile tanks that can shoot people from safety with no expense to themselves. And that is something that is overall very... that is basically why I feel that missiles should not be in the game. That is a nice hit. Let's see. IS-6 taking it there as well. Action X is actually a tank that I really like as well. He can't shoot him like that. But he does have the Predator there to shoot. The other 252U took out the other T52U. We have the Spaghetti 46 at the back. That is dangerous. Nuno not looking all too healthy here. Steadily losing more HP. And with the IS-6 not actually aiming at Nuno. He is now pushing up and over. Not taking enough time for that shot, makes it miss. And there we go with just HE. No, he's not going to take out the Super Pershing, and that means that he's just lost his teammate. It is now 2 versus 5. It was 2 versus 6 for a split second. We have the Spaghetti over here. Spaghetti is absolutely lovely tank. It is pretty much my favorite tank in the game right now. Both Spaghettis, to be fair. But the gameplay around base 8, tier 8, is actually just more relaxed. So he has to be careful. The T-49 missing is in this case very important. Super Pershing is still alive, and now it is 1 versus 4. With 2 TDs, a T-49 and a Super Pershing. So he's loading the HE to kill off the Super Pershing. Going forwards as to not get hit by the T-49. Which is a good call, especially since the TDs are still climbing. T-49 is following. He bounced a shot on his ass twice. T-49 wants to hug him, which is always helpful when you hug a much heavier tank than you are. And now Fufu can just kill him off with HE. And he does just that. So that leaves the 2 TDs. He has 500 HP left. Thank you for watching Blau Blitz. That is a derp. He actually told me that he forgot to switch back his ammo. So that was actually a very noob moment. So let's see. To be fair, I am so going to bed after in about 15 minutes. I'm going to be absolutely dead. But hey, it's all fun and games, and at this stage I don't really mind. This is basically me just filling time and you just having to listen to my... Basically, he tries to ram him to death, it does not work. But there he goes. And this, I still don't know how the hell he missed these shots. But it is very helpful for our Fufu. Thank you so much for stopping by, Irma. And he is running off. He can't cap the base anymore. There's no time for that. Helsing making this easy, but he misses. Oh my god. So little HP left at this stage. And you need to take care of a Helsing that has a double shot. So 2 shots at once to try and murder you. And that is very dangerous indeed. And thank you all for the kind words, by the way. I really appreciate it. That's the only thing though. With the portal, you can't actually see the chat. And then he's shooting HE. He did 5 damage. Why are you shooting HE at a heavy tank? Are you out of ammo? It could potentially be true though. But this is something that Nuno does that I absolutely love. He is giving like these little tips, as in this is the amount of time left, so that you don't need to focus on that. He will notify you. But there we go. Fufu takes it home with 6 kills. 5.2k damage. And a big F word. Basically. Purely from just relaxation and relief, really. 1541 base XP. But this is just absolutely nuts. So that is another game gone. At least 10 more minutes, that means at least 2 more replays. Let's see what else I've got for you. I've got so many replays, honestly. I just need to decide which one to show. Let's see. I'm just gonna troll you at this point, actually. You're going to have to watch a low tier game with me. Because why not? So we see tier 3 here. This is basically what my pro clan is doing. We are seal clubbing. And well, actually no. We're not necessarily seal clubbing, we're playing whatever the F we're in the mood for. So we see Snoopy and Toby, Joop and Toby, actually moving together to through base 3, through tier 3. And just having fun with it. Thing is though, that all tiers have their merits, and in this case, yeah, it is of course seal clubbing, especially when you do it together like this. But tier 3 can actually be great fun. Pretty much all the tiers have their merits, like I said, and it's just... it's enjoyable. I actually quite like it. To not be too serious gameplay, and there are times when I'm just having like, you have to kill tanks in encounter and everything. And I will just seal club as well, because why not? He is being very aggressive, but in this case, it is tier 3. You can expect your enemies to not really have a clue. So let's see. He is actually using the bats. I quite like that as well. Joop almost gone already. And let's see. See, this is kind of, it's just this like lovely clueless gameplay. And it's the cluelessness that makes it fun. There goes Joop. And now Toby has to like really not be here. Because he's quickly losing his cannon fodder. And he kind of needs them alive. But he has a corpse. He just needs to be very careful and needs to like get to his teammates. Good night everyone that's shooting out at this stage, by the way. I'm just literally filling the time here. Let's see. He is being chased. He's not actually aiming his shots at all. But he does take that kill. And now he's up against A. It helps when they miss though. Because it lets you do a lot more damage to them than they do to you. This is basically one thing that I can advise people to drive lower tiers for. If you are learning the basics, things like side scraping or just circle of death and that kind of stuff, the best way to do it is in the low tiers because it is more forgiving. And you can mess up and everything and still survive. That is a derpy shot. Ooh, nice little bounce there. But at this stage, yes, Toby is by far not an inexperienced player and he ought to know better. He knows how to circle the death, but just as a general advice, I mean. Three tanks left to go. And now we're in a kind of enough situation. Dun 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 dun. That is one. And now he just has to keep moving because especially in the low tiers with new players, they have difficulty shooting you when you move. Stoopy having some issues trying to shoot him. Stampy only is the one shot, so he can be very easily taken care of. And there we go. Hit. But you will need at least 2 more shots. And now he's suddenly not careful anymore. He's just firing blind. There you go. Now he's a one shot. 43 though. This damage is really epic. And there he goes. 5 kills, 1551 damage done. Oh my god. So that is a Colovan in tier 3. With a tiny bit of assisted damage, some massive spotting done. Very aggressive gameplay, very noob gameplay as well, to be fair. But yeah. 4 minutes left to go. I'm going to show you one more replay. And then I will call it a night. Let's see what I have for you. Also trying to decide what kind of game I want to show you and what tier I want to show you. But after we've just had a tier 3 game, I'm going to give you a tier 10 gameplay. Let's put it that way, okay? Let's see. Which one though? I have an E3 game. I've not watched it yet, so let's do that together. Let's see. Good night, Melvin. Melvin just said, "Yay! I got the season coins. It's been real and fun. I'm gonna buy. I'm going to troll you instead and go to my very comfy, relaxing bed. I'm going to follow in your footsteps before long. Don't worry about that." So let's see. E3 is one of the tanks. It was my 3rd tier 10 to have. I basically went for all the TDs first, which is how I learned to drive in sniper mode, to be fair. Because that is how I did it. I did not need to zoom out at all while driving TDs. We see a missile fly there. The other missile tank heading all the way to the back. Spawning TDs. And now they're being a little bit forwards. Where is that Sheridan? There he is. Ooh, that missed because he moved. And now with Spaghetti going in a very YOLO position. No idea why he's going there. Nice bounce though. And let's see. That is a nice chieftain. Making it easier to shoot him. That is a missile hit though. And now we are pushing. He's getting stuck a bit. Ooh, there you go. Against the rock. I think he wants to take out the E50M. Now his mouse friend is in trouble though. And that shot will help. And now he's in a bit of a pickle against so many tanks in front of him. But he has the wrong... and his teammate goes, oops! And that's going to be the end of the E50M. There we go. E4 peeking up and over, but bouncing. There you go, and now he's a one-shot 4. Well, the grill as well, to be fair. And now it's 3 TDs versus 5 tanks on the other side. And our E3 is pushing over to kill off the chieftain. And it's mainly that Sheridan at the back that is a real pain in the bum. Big hit into the 704. And it's that Sheridan that you really want to take out here. Oh, and he does! That was brutal. Very, very brutal. And there you go, that's another one gone. And now we're down to 2 versus 2. Let's see. To be fair, Threat had beat. Oof. Just said, I get trash talked and wrecked every tier I play, lol. And that is true. Blitz is actually one of the most toxic communities I've ever come across. At the same time, it's also one of the most amazing communities I've come across. So there's a lot of assholes, but overall the assholes can be very nice as well. So the E75 is arriving, the Jaeger is in front of him. That is a very important bounce to get here. And there you go. Jagdtiger is arriving. He takes another hit from the E75 to avoid getting hit by the Jaeger. And then it's just the E75 that they need to take care of. And there we go. The E75 is not minding the one-shot tank right behind him. Instead shooting HE at an E3, because that is definitely the way to go. 7.2k damage. And he actually takes out the Jagdtiger, but leaves 21 HP and the Gil for the E3. What a game. Very nicely done. So 7,345 damage, 1,670 base XP with a very YOLO teammate, but very nicely done. Some bounces, most of the kills of course. So that is a very lovely game, and with that we've reached the 5 AM border, which means that I've been streaming for 2 hours and 50 minutes. So if you have been watching from the beginning, you will have all the rewards. If you haven't, that is not my problem. So I'm going to call it a night. You still have, well, actually by the time you hear this, of course not, but there's still like 5 minutes, so you should have a little bit of time more because of the delay. But for me, I'm calling it quits now. Thank you all for watching. I hope you guys all enjoyed it and that you got all your rewards. Thank you for the amazing games that we saw tonight. And I will see you this weekend, where I'll be streaming Asia, EU and NA for both days. So we'll have fun with that, I'm sure, as well. Good night everyone, take care, stay safe, stay healthy, stay at home. And thank you all for watching. Bye bye!